I found out I didn't belong to my family on a random Tuesday in October. There was nothing dramatic about it. No shouting, no slammed doors. Just my mom's voice drifting from the kitchen while I stood in the hallway, halfway through taking off my sneakers after school. "He still doesn't know," she said quietly. My dad answered, "We've waited this long." I didn't hear the rest. I didn't need to. When someone says he doesn't know and they're talking about you, your body understands before your brain does. I stood there staring at the framed family photos on the wall. Disney World, Thanksgiving dinners, Little League games. All of it suddenly felt staged. Like I was looking at someone else's memories. That night I didn't say anything. I lay in bed staring at the ceiling fan spinning slowly, replaying every childhood moment I could remember. I grew up in a small Midwestern town. We had a 2-story house with peeling white paint and a basketball hoop in the driveway. My dad worked for the county. My mom volunteered at church and packed my lunches every morning with a note inside. We weren't wealthy, but we were stable. And in America, stability means something. It means safety. It means belonging. It means roots. I believe those roots were mine. Looking back, there were signs I ignored. I didn't look like either of them. People would joke about it at church picnics. "Must take after a distant relative," my mom would laugh. I laughed too. But I always felt like I was trying a little harder than everyone else. Better grades, better behavior, more helpful. I thought that's what good sons did. I didn't realize I was trying to earn something that was supposed to be unconditional. 4 days after overhearing that conversation, I asked the question. We were sitting at the kitchen table. My dad was reading the newspaper. My mom was drying dishes. "Am I adopted?" I said. The room went still, not explosive, just heavy. My dad folded the paper slowly. My mom set the towel down. "Yes," she said. One word. My entire identity shifted inside that single syllable. They told me I came into their lives when I was 3. My biological parents had struggled, financial problems, unstable living situation. I had been placed in foster care temporarily. My parents, my adoptive parents, had stepped in. Temporary turned permanent. "We were going to tell you," my dad said. I remember thinking, when? When I turned 18? When I moved out? When it was convenient? What hurt wasn't being adopted. It was growing up in a story that wasn't complete. Trust isn't just about love. It's about information. It's about choice. And I never got to choose what to know about myself. Over the next few weeks, our house felt unfamiliar. Same couch. Same kitchen table. Same creaky staircase. But something had cracked. I started asking questions. Who are they? Are they alive? Did they try to see me? My parents' answers were careful. We don't know much. It was complicated. The past won't change anything, but the past was me. Eventually, I asked for the adoption records. That's when the tension became visible. My dad said they were in storage. My mom said they'd look for them. Weeks passed. Nothing showed up. For the first time in my life, I questioned their honesty. That realization hurt more than the adoption itself. In America, we're raised on the idea that family is everything. Blood or not, family is sacred. Loyalty is expected. Gratitude is assumed. And I was grateful. But gratitude doesn't erase the need for truth. I started researching on my own. I found the name of the agency in an old file cabinet. It had shut down years ago. Records were transferred to the state archives. I filed paperwork, waited, checked the mailbox like it held oxygen. During that waiting period, something became clear. My parents weren't hiding the truth because they didn't love me. They were hiding it because they were afraid. Afraid I would feel less connected. Afraid I would leave. Afraid that biology would compete with years of bedtime stories and school drop-offs. One night, my mom said something that stuck with me. "We gave you a better life." It wasn't cruel. It was defensive. But it revealed something important. They saw themselves as rescuers. And if they were rescuers, that meant I had been someone who needed saving. I didn't want to be saved. I wanted to be known. Months later, the documents arrived. Names. Birth hospital. A city in another state. My biological mother was alive. I stared at her name for a long time. It didn't feel threatening. It felt unfinished. The documents also revealed something my parents had never explained clearly. My placement had started as temporary guardianship. The adoption was finalized later, after contact had been lost. That detail changed everything. It wasn't abandonment. It was circumstance. I told my parents I planned to reach out. My dad asked quietly, "Are we not enough?" That question nearly broke me. Because they had been enough in every practical way. They showed up. They provided. They cared. But this wasn't about replacing them. It was about understanding myself. When I met my biological mother, it wasn't dramatic. No movie scene embrace. Just two adults sitting across from each other in a coffee shop, studying familiar features in unfamiliar faces. She told me she had been young, overwhelmed, alone. She believed temporary placement would give her time to stabilize her life. Life didn't stabilize. By the time she tried to reconnect, the adoption had gone through. She said she thought about me every year on my birthday. I believed her. Not because I needed to. Because regret has a tone you can't fake. Driving home from that meeting, I didn't feel torn between two families. I felt expanded. Like my life had gained missing chapters. When I sat down with my adoptive parents that night, the conversation was honest for the first time. "You should have told me earlier," I said. My dad nodded. "We were afraid you'd choose them." "I can't choose what I don't understand," I replied. That was a turning point. Not a dramatic reconciliation. No instant healing. Just truth placed on the table where silence used to sit. Over time, trust rebuilt. Not because we pretended nothing happened, but because we stopped pretending everything was simple. Here's what I understand now. Family isn't about who claims you. It's about who respects your right to know your own story. I didn't lose my parents. I gained clarity. I lost the simplicity of childhood certainty, but I gained something stronger: self-ownership. In a country that values independence, we often forget that independence starts with identity. You can't build your future if you don't understand your foundation. If you've ever felt different without knowing why, if you've ever sensed something unspoken in your family, you're not wrong for wanting answers. Wanting the truth doesn't make you ungrateful, it makes you human. I was raised by a family that wasn't mine by blood, but they are mine by experience. And now, because the truth is out in the open, I choose them not out of obligation, not out of fear, but out of understanding. And that choice means more than silence ever could.